Dave Campbell's Texas Football, in conjunction with the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl, is proud to present the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week award to the most deserving high schooler in the state of Texas every Monday at noon. It's actually like 12:33. TexasFootball.com announces 10 candidates for that week's award based on the previous week's on-field performance. We then leave it up to you at TexasFootball.com. Voting on TexasFootball.com closes each Friday at noon, with the winner being announced on Texas Football Today shortly thereafter. We've got a huge list of outstanding candidates this week. Couldn't even fit them all. I mean, Steph sent me like 40. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
We need 10.
Here are your Week 1 nominees for the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. We start with Uvalde wide receiver Christian Rivera. Caught 6 passes for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns. Uvalde wide receiver Christian Rivera up for Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. So is Waco Connolly running back Trey Wisner. 14 carries, 266 yards, and 4 touchdowns for the Cadets in a big win over Sunnyvale. Llano athlete Case Kuykendall. Kirkendall, thank you. How would you know? 246 yards and 3 touchdowns passing, 7 catches, 106 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving, and 38 yards rushing for Llano athlete Case Kirkendall. You've got me all these Llano people. They're spawning. Shiner running back and defensive back Dalton Brooks, 73 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing, 26 yards and a touchdown receiving, 10 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and an INT. That is a full 2-way game there for Shiner running back defensive back Dalton Brooks. Tyler Chapel Hill quarterback Cameron Ford threw for 316 yards and 5 touchdowns, plus 73 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground in a big win over Splendora. Orange Grove quarterback Cutter Stewart, 305 yards and 3 touchdowns passing, 142 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground for Cutter Stewart of Orange Grove. He's up for Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. So is Childress quarterback Collin Bishop, 502 yards and 6 touchdowns passing. If you're coming out of the gate throwing for 500 yards, pretty good. Childress quarterback Collin Bishop. China Spring running back Emmanuel Abdallah does what he normally does. 18 carries, 269 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the ground for China Spring. Big win for them. Gilmer quarterback Brandon Tennyson. We thought it was going to be Mason Hurt. It was Brandon Tennyson. 340 yards and 3 touchdowns passing, 101 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing for Gilmer quarterback Brandon Tennyson. And finally, Abbott running back Kadyn Johnson carried the ball 21 times for 376 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground and added 11 tackles. That is a full-on 6-man line right there for Abbott running back Kadyn Johnson. So there they are, your Week 1 Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Uvalde wide receiver Christian Rivera, Waco Connolly running back Trey Wisner, Llano athlete Case Kirkendall. Got it right.
Good job.
Shiner running back and defensive back Dalton Brooks, Tyler Chapel Hill quarterback Cameron Stewart, Orange Grove quarterback Cameron Ford, Orange Grove quarterback Cutter Stewart is Week 1 for everybody. Childress quarterback Collin Bishop, China Spring running back Emmanuel Abdallah, Gilmer quarterback Brandon Tennyson, and Abbott running back Kadyn Johnson. Vote early, vote often, vote now at TexasFootball.com.